Hi everyone! The video you are watching will walk you through a fun activity that we call Cheetos and Candy Bars. Cheetos and Candy Bars is a computer science and information technology roadshow activity designed to test students' logic and problem-solving skills. The problem involves a set of rules known to be true of the system, and the rules dictate how the problem can be solved. The purpose of this activity is to discover what objects are inside a set of mislabeled boxes. The audience is told that each box is mislabeled and that within the set of boxes there is one box containing candy bars, one box containing Cheetos, and one that contains both Cheetos and candy bars. Students have an opportunity to sample from only one of the boxes, then must be able to relabel the containers correctly. To complete this activity, you will need Cheetos, candy bars, and 3 boxes, some scrap paper, a box cutter, a marker, some glue, and if you're going to allow the students to touch the boxes, then you will also need 9 or so small rocks to trick them. Here I have the 3 boxes, and in each box I cut a hole in one end. Make sure the hole is large enough for the students to remove the contents, but not so big that they can see inside the box. Now, to prepare for this presentation, you will need to label the boxes with Cheetos, candy bars, and Cheetos and candy bars. Once you label the boxes, you will then need to fill the boxes with mismatched objects. So first, I'll put some candy bars in the box labeled Cheetos and candy bars. Next, I'll put some Cheetos in the box labeled candy bars. And finally, I will put Cheetos and candy bars in the box labeled Cheetos. Now here's a trick. Kids are notorious for wanting to shake the boxes and to guess what objects are in each box without working out the problem first. If you want to allow them to shake the boxes, then I recommend throwing in a few pieces of crumpled up paper to simulate Cheetos. Drop a piece in each one. And we will also throw in a few rocks to simulate candy bars. Another trick that works for all age groups is food. If you're considering a smaller group of students and are able to bring enough for every student, and you obtain permission from the teacher, bring another container with extra Cheetos and candy bars for students to receive as a reward. Now I'm going to help you determine the best way of executing the activity based on the age and size of the group you are working with. For large groups or younger audiences, we suggest working on the problem as one large group and calling on individual students from the audience to participate. Start by telling the group the problem. The labels on all the boxes are wrong, and we need to relabel them so that they are correct. But you can only remove the contents from one box. Which box should we look inside? The one labeled Cheetos? The one labeled candy bars? Or the box labeled Cheetos and candy bars? Who thinks they know which box we should look in and why? At this time, you want to call on a few students to discuss which box to look in and their rationale for selecting that box. Once a box is selected, select a participant to reach inside the box and reveal the contents. The group should then spend some time strategizing about what objects are in the other 2 boxes and how to rearrange the labels correctly. After letting the audience strategize, call on a few students to explain their logic. Then, as a group, decide how the labels should be rearranged in order to label the boxes correctly. Select one final participant to reveal the contents of each box to determine if the group's choice was indeed correct. For small groups or older audiences, have students work in small groups or pairs. They may need paper and pencil to work out the problem. Give them at least a few minutes to determine which box to look in and why. After the groups have had time to strategize, ask for volunteers to identify the box that they think the group should look in and why. After a few groups have shared their logic, ask students to raise their hands and to vote on the box. Then reveal the contents of the selected box to the audience and give the group more time to strategize about the contents of the remaining boxes and how to relabel them correctly. The amount of time you give students depends on the total time frame for the presentation. When time is up, select a few groups to discuss how they think the boxes should be relabeled and why. Ask a group to relabel the boxes, then select another group to reveal the contents of each box. Some students may need more scaffolding or assistance in answering this logic problem. You might say, let's think about this. What if I stick my hand in the Cheetos box and pull out a candy bar? What does this tell me? This will help students think critically about the problem. Many students will also benefit from hearing other students explain their thinking. Okay, listen up, so here's the spoiler. By choosing from the box labeled Cheetos and candy bars, you will know exactly what is in the box. If you pull out a candy bar, you know that only candy bars are inside the box. Thus, Cheetos must be in the box labeled candy bars, and Cheetos and candy bars must be in the box labeled Cheetos. This will only be true if each box is mislabeled, so double check this before you introduce the activity. And as I mentioned earlier, if you plan on giving the students snacks as a reward, it is very important that you ask the teacher about any students with allergies or dietary restrictions. To learn more about this activity and other computer science and information technology Roadshow activities, please visit www.ccgit.org/roadshow or www.ncwit.org/outreach. You can also join our online Roadshow community at ccgit.org. Finally, check out the Cheetos and Candy Bars activity in action, as well as other Roadshow activity videos. Thanks for watching.